plants. Nice. Great logo. Simple, cute, really works. Let's see. I think it's actually this one down here is the one from yesterday. Let's take a look. Oh, what? Yes, so beautiful. And there's my face. I was such a bad plant mama. I was. Thanks for giving me a shout out there. And here let's see one other one from Aditya. Ooh, this is looking good. And I am loving the fact that you really went all out with the logo. You're obviously a master with logos. So cool to see the P with the little leaf inside. Brilliant idea. Beautiful design. It's much better than anything I could do. That's for sure. Awesome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Seeing those animations come to life. It's feeling really real now. Looking really good. Great job. If you guys are interested in having me give you props during these live streams, just make sure you're using the XD Creative Challenge hashtag here. So if you want, you're going to create a project. So you're going to add the images, video, etc. And you're just going to make sure you go into settings, into the project tags, and add the tag XD Creative Challenge. So that's how we'll all be able to see your work, and I can give you the props that you deserve. All righty, let's get into the XD file here. This is what you guys should see. Norman and Ashley have the little emoji with the hearts in their eyes. Yes, isn't that? That's how I feel when I'm looking at it. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful, great work. I also saw that there was a 9-year-old doing the daily creative challenge and did a great job. And that's, if you're watching, props to you for starting early. You're going to be so like amazing by the time you get to, a working age. Wish I started design at 9 instead of like 25. So daily creative challenge. This is the challenge number 4. You're going to be designing a plant questionnaire. And we're going to be using the repeat grid. Here are some of the inspiration on looking at the way they're styling some of the buttons or some of the answers here, which I liked. And you have your resource booklet as well. And let's take a look at this. This is the screen that I designed. I want to ask the chat right now, what do you think is the most prominent thing on this screen? When we're looking at this screen, what's the most prominent thing that's like popping out to you, that's catching your attention? What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. What I also want to talk about here is the point of this, the point of the questionnaire. Here we're creating a much more personalized experience. Why? Well, that is what creates a better user experience. When we think about like Netflix, which is one of the best platforms out there that's creating really custom, personalized experiences for people with content that they're suggesting for you. That is the result of really understanding their users. And if you guys remember, if you have a Netflix account, they ask you like, what are some of the genres you like? And what are some TV shows you like? And so that's how they start to build out some of the, how they start to be able to figure out what works or what titles they should share with you or titles they should recommend to you. So that's what we're doing for our plant site. You might have different questions depending on what you guys did with your own plant app. You have your own spins on it. I only did one question right now, but if I were you and more advanced, I would probably have multiple questions here that you're going to add and include into your app. So this question is, how much time would you like to spend with your plants? This is for me to understand, like, does someone want to spend just like 30 minutes, a couple hours? Like, do they want to spend their whole Saturday on their plants? What does that feel like? So feel free in your own to create your own questions, multiple questions if you like, and prototype it. So the most important thing that I want people to pay attention to in this screen are the answers here. So here's the question and here are the answers. Why? They're like big, they've got an image in there that they're just asking to be clicked and to be tapped on. And one of the other places I gathered some inspiration from here is Havenly. This is an interior design style quiz. And they have all these different questions that they ask to create a more personalized experience for you. And I really loved the feel of it. So this is a little bit of my competitive analysis, my inspiration. And so I want to share this with you guys because you can pull from this example or some others that you've experienced yourself. But here it's just like, you just want to click into these. It's like, ooh, click, click. Here they also have these really nice looking clickable little buttons here with a little illustration. Ooh, doesn't it feel so nice to like go through this experience? If you're interested, again, this is havenly.com and this is the interior design quiz. So that's kind of the experience we want to give people in our, that's the experience we want to give people in our designs as well. Like these big clickable buttons that you just can't help but want to tap on. And we're gonna create this today, and I'm gonna show you how to create these with Repeat Grid. So first things first is creating a big old button. I'm gonna use Rectangle tool, which you can find here on the left side in the toolbar, or you can just use the shortcut R and create my little rectangle. Yeah. So I have a little rectangle, and then from there, I want to get rid of the border over here on the right-hand side. Anytime you make a shape, there's always that gray border. I typically always take it off. And then in the corner here, there's this little circle. I can drag this in to make these more rounded, right? Rounded corners just tend to feel more friendly, which is why I'm doing that. And then from there, I want to make this circle shape. So I'm just gonna go into E for the shortcut, or you can go on the left-hand side in the toolbar in the circle, or select circle or ellipse, and then add your circle. If that's what you choose. You can use illustrations, you can use images. You don't have to use either if you don't want to as well, your choice. And then I'm gonna have some text in here. So T for text. Not very much. And I'm going to go into my document assets, and let's try my H2, select my H2 and my character styles. And then I'm going to have my second text, 1 hour a week. And then from there, I'm going to select my body in my character styles. So I got my text in, and now I want to, from now I'm actually going to make my repeat grid, and then I'm going to add my images later. So first thing is I usually open up my layers panel. It's maybe a little pro tip for you who are also, for those of you who are also still just learning XD. So you maybe want to have your layers panel up and open so you can see how the layers are grouped or not grouped, and that just is going to make it easier. Like for example, if I was like, I want to group this is like suddenly moving. I don't like that. So one thing I'm going to do for the background layer is right click and lock it. So I typically lock the background layer. So that way I can just grab these elements here and I can make them into a group. My other option is I can go into my layers panel and just select those options as well. So that just gives you more control over your layers. From there, I'm going to turn on Repeat Grid. Over here on the right-hand side in my property inspector at the very top, says Repeat Grid. Select that guy. And then if I drag these little handles, and I can drag them horizontally or vertically, and they can kind of go to infinity and beyond. And then I can like, okay, I want just 3 of those cards here. And you can change the spacing in between as well. So when I go in between these 2 cards, there's this pink highlight. I can just drag this and change the spacing. Maybe I want 16 pixels or something like that. And boom. There we go. So why we use Repeat Grid is because if, let's say I decided I want to move this to the right, move this down. It's just repeating that across all of those other groups within that repeat grid. Could also change the color if I wanted to, and then it's going to reflect. If I want that crazy red, I can do it. But the cool thing about repeat grid is you can change out the text as well as the images. So if I want to get into this text layer, I can still change this out, and it's not going to affect the other cards within my repeat grid. Now, there's a few ways that you can use images within repeat grid. This is kind of one of my favorites. If you already have a bunch of images downloaded, like I have these 3 images, I can just drag and drop them into the first shape and let go. Boom, and they're already getting automatically masked across all the other cards there. So quick, right? So love it. The other option, which this is something I think I've showed you yesterday or the day before, which is in my plugins on the bottom left corner here, I can go into my free stock search, and I can search for a topic. So this is houseplants, is what the title I searched, but you can put anything you want. And if I go into my settings, you can see that I have this, I've turned on Unsplash, Pixabay, Pexels, and Adobe Stock. You can turn on and off certain things. So some of these are, you have the opportunity to have free stock images. So I love free, right? The other thing is, this came out maybe a month ago on Adobe Stock. They have a filter now for free, and I'll show that actually to you in just a second, because it's another great opportunity. There's such high quality images on Adobe Stock, so it's a great opportunity to use free images from them. So you can, like, you know, turn some of these on. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna grab this shape and just tap in to the image. Then I'm gonna grab this shape, tap it in, grab this shape, click it in, boom, there we go. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the border here, and it's gonna reflect across these other cards as well. Oh, wasn't that so quick? Super fast. So if you guys have multiple questions in your questionnaire, it's pretty quick to kind of be able to just copy and paste this questionnaire artboard and just fill in the text and the images, boom, boom, boom. And it's gonna be super quick. That's all I could say about it. All right, any questions in the chat, please feel free to let me know. I know Ashley's excited. Are you excited about the repeat grid? I'm not sure how you haven't heard of this yet. I'm so glad that I get to be the one to show it to you. Maybe because it's been a feature that's been there for a little while, so maybe we haven't like displayed it so much. It's been on the DL because there's all these newer cool features that have come out since then. So I'm glad that I get to show you. So Ruth also says you got in a hydro herb garden kit yesterday. Ooh, hydro, that sounds really fancy. Let me know how that goes. By the way, I have my like little plant here today next to me. I was like, oh, I want some plant inspiration. Whee! That's a real plant, by the way. All right, so we have our screen. Okay, we got a question actually from Lee. Can the image be repositioned once it's been dropped into the shape? Great question, Lee. So let me get in here. If you want to double click into the mask and get into that layer of the actual image, you can drag it to reposition it, or maybe make it bigger, etc. So definitely, yes, that is a great question. Maybe I would probably want to move that guy up, right? It looked a little weird as it was. So yeah, that's a great question. All right, cool. So let me show you how you can export this. You can select the artboard, then go into File, Export, Selected, and that's how you can export your artboard as an image. And again, this is great for when you want to add this into Discord or add images into your Behance profile. The other thing is, again, if for those of you who are more advanced, maybe you want to include multiple questions. Think about how you can create a more personalized custom experience for your users, depending on the key features that you have for your app, and what questions would help to create a more custom experience. Because we're going to start to dashboard. We're going to start to create and design our dashboard next week and hit on some of those key features. So think about some of those questions, and then once you've done that, you'll want to prototype it. So if you have a prototype, you can click play to get into your prototype and play it. And then from there, you can hit this little record button to actually record your interactions. If you stop, you can save it as an MP4 and also add this into Discord as well as into your Behance profile. All right. Next thing I want to just talk about is uploading it into Daily Creative Challenge. Just once more, upload your images. You can upload text. And this is how you're going to start building on your portfolio piece or your specific case study. And what I recommend is maybe you start by just uploading the individual pieces, like just this questionnaire piece as we go through, or just the onboarding piece. And then at the very end, you'll want to put all those pieces together in one large case study. That's one option. Or you can just start building off of one case study, depending on where you're at and if you're actually doing the full thing every single day or not. So once you've done that, you'll go into settings and you'll just go into your project tags and do XD Creative Challenge. And that's how I'll be able to find it. Yes. Cool. Any other questions that you guys have over this project or anything else, please feel free to put it in the chat. Also, if anything comes up for you in the next 30 to 40 minutes, feel free to go into Discord and let me show you where. Go into Ask a Question and you can ask away. I'll be on there for the next 30 minutes and answer any questions in there. If not, a mentor will answer it for you as well. And we're here for you. Anything you guys need. All right. All right, so have a very happy weekend. Hope you enjoy whatever you're doing. Like I said, I'm going camping by the river. It's going to be really hot, but I'm excited. And I'll see you guys next week. We're going to get deeper into the actual features. We kind of did all of the onboarding screens. We're going to go into get into the meat of our app, which I'm really excited about. And we'll go from there. All right. Have a great weekend again. Bye. See you guys.